All right, joining us now here on Pittsburgh Sports Now is the head coach of the Duquesne Dukes, Keith Dambrot. Before we get into basketball, Coach, how are you doing mentally? Because I know you're a you're an active guy. You like to get after it. You don't sit around much. How has the last couple months been for you to deal with just staying at home?
Well, like everybody else, it's an adjustment, Mike. But the biggest thing I'm trying to do now is I'm still trying to outwork the opposition by really recruiting young kids and really spending all my time really in a few basic areas, which just kind of makes you do.
How long did it take you to come up with a plan for? Because normally you're in the gym, you're working on kids getting better, but you're also visiting some places. Has it been a huge adjustment from you? And how hard has it been for you to deal with that as far as just working from home?
I mean, it's an adjustment. You have to have discipline. I mean, in a lot of ways, you have to be disciplined enough to work out and not eat yourself into oblivion. You have to be disciplined enough to do your work. But I was a stockbroker, Mike, so, I take some of those things that they taught us and try to do the same thing. I try to make as many contacts as I can in a day just to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
What has what's it been like as far as being in contact with are you still having daily meetings with your staff, with your play? Are you staying in touch with your players? How is that going?
Well, I try to text our guys every single day, whether it's just for a short time period or for, a little longer, depending on what they want. They really don't want to talk to the head coach every minute for very long, trust me. I talk to them. I talk to our staff every single day. We probably don't do as many group meetings as some people, but there's really not that much to talk about, really. You just have to keep recruiting, and you have to keep spending time with your own players, make sure they're doing their job academically, and that our academic people are keeping in great contact with our guys as well. And then hopefully, in the near future, we can get back to normalcy.
What are you telling your players to do as far as on the court stuff or whatever they're able to do? Normally, you guys would probably have a program for them. How are you telling them to stay busy?
Well, we went pretty late into the season, played a lot of guys a lot of minutes, so I didn't care too much that we were away for a week or 10 days or so. At some point, you have to get busy again and make sure you're out working the opposition as well, both individually and as a team. But we really aren't allowed to do much with them, so pretty much, they have to have enough self-discipline to do it on their own. And until you have great self-discipline individually, you're never going to have a great team anyway.
Are you? How much are you staying? Obviously, probably a lot, but the news that's coming out daily with the coronavirus, and are you looking ahead to next year as far as getting things on track? Is it too early for you to even start looking toward that as far as life turning back to normal?
Yeah, I watch a lot of news. I've never watched more TV than I have in my whole life since this thing kind of started, and mostly news type stuff. One thing I learned from my dad is I try not to worry about what's going to happen in the future until it happens, and then I deal with it. Obviously, I've thought of a lot of different things. We have a construction issue even. We need to get that gym going again and that arena built. But by the same token, I'm not going to worry about it until we can't play in it. So that's kind of how I think.
All right, and just last question is, what are some, aside from basketball, I saw your wife, I think it was either your wife or your daughter talking about you binge watching any TV? Give Duquesne fans what are some shows you're watching? What are you doing aside from working on the computer?
Well, daily I try to whip my wife's behind in backgammon. And usually I'm pretty successful, although she'll tell you differently.
He's not. Look at the scoreboard.
So I have to have my little fix of competitiveness or I'll lose my mind. A little bit of everything. My son's got me watching these documentaries on Brazilian soccer and English soccer and coaches, and just trying to. I've read 2 books. You know, I've worked on some, you know, self-help books, you know, leadership type books. Just trying to get better. Look, I put a lot into this. I'm not going to stop now.
All right, Coach. Stay safe. Hopefully life turns back to some sort of normalcy. We can catch up in the near future.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me, Mike.